Charlie, what happened?
Charlie, what happened is that Ghana leaders, they are a disgrace to the country.
Why?
They are a disgrace to us. How can you stop us from having such a program like this? How can
you know what the program is about?
Yes, it's about igniting us, about leadership, development, and empowerment.
Okay.
You are empowering leadership in Africa.
Okay.
You understand? So when if you look at this program, this December, last year December, Davido, Shatawale, Sagodia, all of them, those policemen, they allow them.
Okay.
The one way go empower Africa, they say they don't go do.
Correct.
So they empowered. Last year, American Vice President, when she came here, this woman, when she be American, you gave her the platform.
That's what
Come so our own Africa, I want Julius Malema to preach Julius Malema, giving the Vice President, you understand, President, I want Julius Malema speak on
I want an explanation why the program is cancelled. Why the program is denied. Why we are denied. It's not cancelled by the organizers. Let that be made clear. There's a message going on around. There's a messages going on that the program has been cancelled. It's not cancelled by the organizers.
Okay.
It should be well explained. It's cancelled by the above. Where is the above? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Who is the above? Who is the above?
Let us unite to oppose and make them great and strong. Yes, we are all involved. Yes, we are all involved.
On January 7th, 2024, Ghana was supposed to witness a historic event. The event, which was titled the Convention, with a theme igniting the voices of Africa. This was a Pan-African gathering promising a new vision for the beautiful African continent. The convention was organized by the mysterious New Force African Foundation, but instead of groundbreaking speeches and vibrant discussions, the event was cancelled by the government of Ghana.
The world at large, they know that Africa's future is in the hands of our youth. So New Africa Foundation specifically requested us to come and address African youth, starting with the youth in Ghana. And from what I'm hearing, the youth had actually come from all over Africa and some came from outside Africa, specifically to hear the message of empowerment, the message about our future, the message about the miseducation of not only our youth, but us as Africans. The message about empowering our children and letting them know that now it is the time for us to do what we must do to take our Africa back. For far too long, we have been lied to. For far too long, we have been miseducated. And so as elders, those of the ones who are sitting with me today, and many others, we understand that we have failed our youth, but we do have a responsibility to make it right. And we do know that with our little wisdom and the energy and the intelligence of our youth, together, we can take our Africa in a new direction. That is what we came here to do. And that is what New Africa Foundation has asked us to do. We do know that our leaders cannot lead us on their own. They need all of us. So the message that we were going to deliver to our youth today was the message of hope, the message of resilience, and the message that says the Africa we want can only be built by us for us. And for us to succeed at doing so, we must be united. That the African youth are Africa's future. Without them, there is no future for Africa. And as elders, we have a responsibility to share with them the truth and nothing but the truth. That is the message that we came here to deliver. That is what New Africa Foundation had requested us to do. We may not be at the convention center, but we intend to continue to preach the gospel of truth until we reach the promised land. I have no doubt in my mind that we will get there. Because Africa, the Africans, the people I like to describe as the beautiful, intelligent, sophisticated, highly adaptable, and totally indestructible human beings, the mothers and fathers of humanity, we will get to the promised land. Woo! And that's why we're here.
We came here to Accra, Ghana, to share our message. The message of hope. The message that Africa needs at this time. And there is no better place in the continent of Africa to begin that message than Accra, Ghana. It is in this Accra, Ghana that the Osagie for Kwame Nkrumah, almost 67 years ago, spoke to the world and told the world that the independence of Ghana meant nothing if the continent of Africa was not free. 67 years later, we were congregating here in Accra, in the very same place where the founding fathers and mothers of Ghana congregated to share the message of hope. Invited as we were by the New Africa Foundation, with one single instruction that we have lamented for too long, agonized for too long, and the time is now to organize. That is the innocent message that we came here to deliver.
Unlike previous speakers have said, we might not be at the convention, but that will not stop the conversation. We only shifted venue, so the conversation continues.
So, what happened? Why did the Ghanaian government stop this highly anticipated event? Well, that is why we are here for today. But before we start, please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for your liking. Now, let's dive into it. The New African Foundation is an organization that operates as a self-funded organization dedicated to addressing socio-economic issues and making a positive impact on various communities in Africa. This organization aims to empower disadvantaged communities through initiatives like entrepreneurship training, employability programs, and financial literacy. The man behind this New African Foundation is this Ghanaian billionaire, Nana Kwame Bediako, who is also known as Freedom Jacob Caesar. So, this New African Foundation organized an event called the Convention, which was scheduled to take place in Ghana on the 7th of January 2024 at the Kwame Nkrumah Independence Square. The event aimed to bring together prominent African figures to discuss a transformative political agenda for the beautiful African continent. The event featured prominent African figures like Professor P.L.O. Lumumba, Peter Obi, Julius Malema, and Dr. Arikana Chihombore Kwao. So everything shows that this event was going to shake the African continent. But just hours before the event, the Ghanaian government denied access to the venue, which is the Kwame Nkrumah Independence Square, for security concerns and unclear intention of the organizers of the said event. The cancellation of the event by the government sparked debates across Ghana. Many saw it as an attack on fundamental rights and betrayal of the democratic spirit of the beautiful country Ghana.
Ghana should bow down. We as Ghanaians should bow down our heads in shame. All those calling for this, because Nkrumah that we hail is a Pan-Africanist.
Right.
We had the Boy Center here. It's Pan-Africanism. So now there's a Pan-African movement in Ghana, and the so-called star of West Africa or Africa is now saying that there shouldn't be Africanism. What are they trying to tell us? So we want to see the powers that be saying that there's not going to be Africanism in Africa.
Following the cancellation of this amazing event, Nana Kwame Bediako, known as Freedom Jacob Caesar, who is the man behind this whole thing, revealed himself to Ghanaians as the man behind the marks in the controversial New Force billboards across the country. Nana Kwame Bediako expressed his intention to use the event to introduce himself, discuss his policies and his aspirations to lead Ghana as president in a press conference.
This is the conversation. Wisdom.
Thank you very much. In 21 years of my life, I have been serving a nation, working so hard just to become an example of what wealth looks like. And building wealth comes from knowledge, comes from wisdom, comes from understanding. You need to get this value from your own surroundings. I grew up partly in Ghana, partly in England, and I came back to Africa. 2001. Unlike Martin Luther, I did not have a dream. I had a vision. I started watching the youth and the streets and the roads, the rules and the regulations, the conditions and the constitutions that is stipulated and embedded on us as Africans. I had to walk on a different path, and I was alone. My investment on the roads became a landmark. And whatever I invested on this landmark is a footprint. I am here for a legacy. I am part of your historians. That I know many people want to see the true side of me. I know you know Nana Kwame Bediako, but I know you're still looking for Freedom Jacob Caesar. Yes, I am Red Christian and I'm here. I'm not here to take your value. I'm here to add value to you. I discovered that the land that we belong to had so much wealth that until we turn it into our own, our economy will never be sustainable. And we cannot forever live in our countries with a box economy. I needed to create a middle income economy without being a part of the government. Why so? Because I believe it's part of my responsibility. I took a different path. My movements, my foundations, my groups, and all of this have acquired some wealth. But the wealth that I reimbursed back into society, it has become a part of my mission to make this change. I believe that I belong to Africa. I am a son of this soil, and I can add value to humanity. And I came here to do that. I came here to add value to this world and to nature. I am not going to live here without God even being proud of me. And when I'm not here also, I want you to remember that I came. And I want my absence to be felt. And for that reason, I know you're looking for the man. But the man in the mask is sitting in front of you. I am nothing to be scared of. I came to you as your salvation. I don't invest in myself alone. I am investing in you. And truly, these innocent leaders sitting beside me, of course I will not go to them and tell them that, hey, I am a man in a mask and I want you to come to Ghana to support me to do this and this. And this man of this dignity and this woman with such power will say, yes, I'm going to follow you to come to Ghana to do your convention and all of that. No. It is part of the movement. We need to educate. We need to uplift our children. We need to voice out to them. If you are about to find out about this man in the mask, because I never spoke a word, you were looking for me. I didn't tell you whether I am into politics, whether I am an evangelist, whether I am a conventionist or a revolutionist. After this day,
you will have to wait for me to share my policies and my visions with you. And if I'm the reason why the country or the government is not happy about these great voices coming to educate not only Ghana, but also Africa, then I'll take this moment to sacrifice myself, to unveil myself, because I have much respect for these great leaders beside me. It would have taken my own time to tell you that I am. But for this very moment, I am sacrificing myself to let you know that I'm that man. But I'm that man with a good purpose, with a great vision. I have a plan and I have a vision for this nation. And not only this nation, I have it for Africa too. But I know Africa is the next biggest thing, because out of all the continents that have been developed in this world, there is only one continent that is not developed. And I am sent to do that. I am not interested in people's positions. I am not interested in presidential positions. I am interested in the regions and the humans. I am interested in the countries. I am interested in the continent. The resources here, the human resources here, the great opportunities to be able to prove a point to the world that this is what we can make out of ourselves as a black society. We have been doomed and disrespected, undervalued by everybody in the Western world. My pain is in my heart and I can't express it to you, so I let my actions speak for me.
However, according to some information gathered by our team, none of these great Pan-Africanists knew Freedom Jacob Caesar wanted to use the event to introduce himself and his aspiration to lead Ghana as president. The following day, some of the mysterious billboards of the new force changed from this to this. Maybe the government knew something we do not know. But regardless of anything, I commend Freedom Jacob Caesar for being able to individually bring together such great figures of the African continent to educate us. And let us not forget that the controversy surrounding the cancellation of this amazing event leaves several questions unanswered. Were the security concerns cited by the government of Ghana legitimate, or it was just a political move? And if that's the case, what does this mean for the future of free expression and Pan-African dialogue in Ghana? Let us know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have a joyful life and see you in our next video. Macrao.